you tonight?
I'm okay. I just left the gym all fresh and everything. So
Now, how often do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym 6 days a week.
That's dedication. 6 days a week.
I'm trying not to get fat like I was. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that word. I'm not trying to get back to that size that I was when we worked together. I was almost 300 pounds.
Oh, so how much? So you go 6 days a week. How
Mhm.
long?
About 2 hours.
Oh, okay. I need to get at least one day a week, 1 hour. So that should be some motivation for me, huh?
Yeah, because I do the sauna too. So
Oh,
really my workout is like an hour and 40 minutes and then 20 minutes in the sauna.
oh, okay. That's still not bad. That is still not bad. So how much weight have you lost? You said you was almost 300.
I have lost 75 pounds.
I need one of
Mhm.
those things that, clap and because I have one, but it doesn't work for some reason. So I need one of those, the audience
Mhm.
and the boos. I'm gonna have to give me one. But anyway, what else did I want to ask you? Oh, what you been up to besides the gym?
I just got back from Savannah for work. I was there for 3 days. And that was nice. The weather is nice. I love Savannah. This is my third time
Oh, in
visiting.
Savannah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So tonight, what do you want to talk about? I think we're going to talk about something that destroys most relationships. Um, Probably more than cheating. I think money. We're gonna talk
Mhm.
about finances and credit, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So should financial stability matter more than love? That's what I thought we should talk about. Should
Okay.
that matter more than love?
Okay. We opening the floor now.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Let's talk
If you
about it.
want to, what you want to talk about it now?
Yeah. So I feel like your credit score can define your level of responsibility.
Okay.
If you have a very strong credit score, that means you're very responsible. So that lets me know that when bills need to be paid, bills gonna get paid. That lets me know that you taking care of business. You know what I mean? You got a bad credit score, that lets me know you're not stable.
So you think if you don't think that they could have fell on hard times, you don't think that somebody could have stole their credit. It's other things that could have happened.
It is. It's other things, but I do feel that okay, if you had a financial setback, right? Like whatever the case may be, you decide that you need. I feel like I don't know how can I phrase this and summarize it because I've had a bad credit score, and I guess to me that really doesn't legitimize me being like irresponsible, but I know what led up to that bad credit score. It wasn't just my student loan debt, it was me not paying my credit cards on time.
So it
It
was you
was
being irresponsible.
yeah, it was me being irresponsible. That's why I said I'm trying to see how I can phrase this without sounding hypocritical.
Okay.
Uh I knew what led up to that irresponsibility and I was living at home. So there was no reason that my credit score should have been at the level that it was at. It was bad.
Okay.
But I can improve it, right?
Yeah. But that's what
If
I'm
I
trying. Okay. So what is the lowest credit score you'll date? So what like as far as you dating someone, what is the lowest credit score that you would date?
the lowest credit score that I would date is a 580.
A 580. So when you talking to these prospects and these potentials, you're asking them what's your credit score.
No, I'm not asking them on a date. Like I've had a friend, she went on a date with a guy and she asked him what was your credit score? And he was like, "Why are you asking me what my credit score is? Like, this is only the second date." And she said, "I feel like the credit score is gonna define whether or not this is gonna be a legitimate relationship." So he told her his credit score was like 520, and she said, "That's not gonna work for me."
So she
And he
didn't go
was
on another
upset.
date with him.
No, she didn't go on another date. She ended it.
So that's what I'm saying. Just get it on out the way. But is that judging a book by its cover almost? Because just because his credit score was 520 doesn't mean that he was necessarily irresponsible. Things happen. Do you think that she should have had a deeper conversation to get to know him?
I think she should have, but she's the type of individual where her credit score is A1. She take care of her business. She got
She
finances
ain't got
saved.
time for that.
But she don't have time for that. She ready to lock and load. Like, I'm ready to get things going. I do think that he did mention to her that he is improving it.
Hmm.
He's improving it,
He's
but
working on it.
yeah, he wasn't transparent on what led up to that, which I don't feel he has to. I mean, it's only the second date. It ain't like
Right.
y'all been dating for quite some time. But she just felt like a 520, if you're making steps to improve it, like you were irresponsible to lead it up to a 520 because you didn't start off with a
Like
520 credit
520 is
score.
too low, huh? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I get what you're saying. So we're gonna talk about staying at home then. Living at home at 35 a red flag. Now I'm asking you this as someone personally, because what age was it when you moved out?
Okay,
I'm putting you
so
on the spot. I'm put,
let me see, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So you subtract 8 from 6. I was 32. I had to do the math. I was 32. 32 when I moved out.
so is that
Mhm.
a red flag? You 32 still staying at home.
Yes.
You was a walking red flag.
That was a walking red flag.
Bad credit score.
Mhm.
So did you feel like someone should have gave you a chance? They shouldn't have judged you by your staying at home at 32, bad credit
No.
score.
You shouldn't have gave me a chance because if I fell on hard times, let's say I was living on my own and I fell on hard times, that's different. But if I'm living at home, I'm not paying no mortgage. I might be giving some contribution towards some bills like lights and gas or whatever. There's no reason I should be behind on anything because I'm still
Yeah,
living at.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm
That's
taking
true.
advantage of a good situation and I'm not being financially responsible. So I wouldn't expect anyone to give me an opportunity because it's like, well, what are you doing
What are you
that
doing?
you are
Yeah,
in
you
this
don't
boat?
even have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what when you hear the phrase financially responsible? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the phrase financially responsible?
Hmm. Taking accountability of your finances. So if you got a credit card that's due, you need to pay it on time or pay a percentage of it to get it down to where your debt ratio is not high. Financial responsibility is knowing what your priorities are. So if you have, your rent, your car note, car insurance, whatever, making sure that you're taking care of those when that check get deposited on Friday, you taking care of those first. Not going out in the streets and living it up like it's 1999, you in the Jay-Z video. So
Priorities.
yeah, it's priority.
Priorities.
Mhm.
Priorities. Oh my gosh. I don't know how, we're dealing with now. My grandmother recently passed, and she didn't have
Okay.
life insurance. And it was another story that I was reading. A 17-year-old, he went to prom, and his family sent him with a whole bunch of money to prom, and he was someone unalived him. And they unalived him. And they're doing a GoFundMe for life insurance because he didn't have life insurance. And it got me to thinking, why is everyone so, well, not everyone, but most people So irresponsible. We do not prioritize the things that we supposed to prioritize. And I feel like this. If someone doesn't have life insurance, why do you want to leave that burden on your family to bury you? It's just so much.
Uh-oh, are you still there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to put my phone on do not disturb. Okay.
Okay.
And okay, so you said why do
I'm just saying prioritize. Prioritize. We do not prioritize the important things.
yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
It's
That was
interesting
just my
because
rant.
I seen that clip on social media and I thought that was very interesting because remember when we went to prom, it was you take a picture under a tree, you go over some people's house and y'all take pictures like that was it. It was a
That's it.
CBS camera and that was it.
Camera. That's
And you
it.
called it a day. You went to the dance, then afterwards, I remember we tried to get into a strip club, but that didn't work. And or you went to Denny's or just it was just something simple. Now it's like people coming out of caskets, they coming out of helicopters, they doing fireworks. And I'm like, do y'all realize that this is just a dance? But
And
I
do you
think
realize that these kids are flunking?
yeah, that too.
But
Yeah, I
that's
go,
because parents are living through their kids. So they figured this what I wanted when I went to prom, or I didn't get to go to prom. So that's the only thing it could be.
I just think that black people, unfortunately, within our community and society, we don't prioritize.
No, we do not
We have
prioritize.
we have our minds focused on things that are irrelevant. We got to get
Yes.
the latest car, we get the latest designer clothes, we got to get the latest whatever. And the thing is, a lot of the money that we're putting towards these labels are for individuals that don't even support the black community.
Yes.
You know what I
But they
mean?
don't
Tommy
care as long as
Hilfiger.
they're not supporting the black community.
Yeah. There's so many, and I know I can't say names because of, infringement and things like that, but they don't support black people. So why should I go out of my way to give you all this money and you don't even support me as being a human being, right?
Yeah.
But I also feel that we as black people, we weren't really taught credit when we were in school. We weren't taught like financial or economics and things like that. So when we get out of high school, we getting a credit card at 18, we think we stunned, right? But if we not in the mindset of making sure that we're paying the bills on time, that card gonna go into default and it's gonna go on your TRW. Now your credit score has tanked.
Generational curse.
Yeah.
We just keep
Mhm.
going doing the same thing over and over. I remember when I got out of high school, I got me a bank account, and back in the day, after 5 o'clock, you can just get money like off the bank, even if you didn't have it in the bank. This was somebody
Mhm.
told me. I had no idea. So,
Mhm.
so I go to the bank. I'm like, I'm just about to get $500 out, knowing I didn't have $500 in there. And but it's just the point. It's something that was not taught to me. I'm thinking like, hey,
Yeah.
so then now I have a whole bill that I have to pay. And they don't want to give me a bank account anymore. So I had to learn the hard way, rebuild, that to even get a bank account.
Mm.
So I agree with you. But let's go to so on a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you think credit scores are in today's society?
On a scale of 1 to 10, in full transparency, I would say at least a 9.
Yeah, I agree. Credit
I would
is
say,
important. People think that, oh, money is important. No, your credit is important. Your name is important. Your
mhm.
word is important.
Yes. It is. It's like your character is
Yes.
important.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you believe a person's credit score reflects their character? Why or why not? See?
Oh, okay. Um, that kind of. that kind of circles back to the beginning of the conversation. I do feel that it does define your character because it defines your level of maturity, it defines your level of responsibility. Like, when if the bill is due on the 15th and you got the money, why you not paying the bill?
But
Why
why I
are
can't
you
wait?
not
But
paying the
why I
bill?
can't wait until I get paid next time? I want to go
You
out to eat with this money.
But then
I
you
didn't
don't
work
have your
all
priorities in
this
place.
time. I deserve to go out to eat.
Then you don't have your priorities in place. You don't have the mindset of what's important.
So, some people may feel like I am working to live. I'm sick of working to live. So this bill gonna have to be behind. This bill gonna have to wait. I'm gonna go do some living.
Okay, so then you're gonna go live out on the street, or you're gonna go live out in your car, or you're gonna be going back to your mama and your daddy, or your grandparents, or your
Sometimes, so
kids.
what you are saying is sometimes living is just having your own. That's living.
Yeah,
Being
yeah.
able to come home, unlock that door, and it's yours. Okay. So can someone be financially responsible today, even if they made mistakes in the past? So say someone credit score, you met them, like I said, you met them, their credit score was 520. And, you know, do you think that that could turn around and they could start making positive changes?
I absolutely do believe that. Because we're all imperfect, you know what I'm saying? We make mistakes. Nobody's born into a perfect body, okay? Like we're human. So, I think you mentioned it earlier, like a person can fall and they can find a way to get back up, but it's all about making the concerted effort to get back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And sometimes it's the case that you don't know. It's learning. Because I can remember a time when I was going to purchase a home, and
Mhm.
I had went and I got approved for the pre-approval. So you get a pre-approval from the bank. So once you get the pre-approval, you can go shopping for your home. I went shopping for the home, and in the midst of shopping for the home, the guy, my ex, the dude I was with at the time, he's like, "Let's go see if you can get a car." So I go and I get this beautiful, beautiful car. It was a beautiful BMW. I'll never forget, white
Oh, I remember.
with the cream. Yeah, that car. Get
Mhm.
that car. And so then I find my house. Find my house. So I'm calling the bank and hey, I'm ready. My realtor, I mean my broker called me and he said, "Sandria, did you just buy a car?" I said, "Yeah, it's so nice." I'm thinking he get bragging. What? It's so nice. Is this is that? He said, "No. One thing you never do is go make a big purchase when you're trying to buy a home." No
Mm,
one ever taught me that. That's not something I knew. I boo hoo cry. Do you know I have to live in this car? What
mm.
is that what you're telling me? I could not get the house because I had went and purchased the car.
That's so interesting, though. I guess because your debt ratio is high now because the
Yes,
value
he
of the
said you
vehicle is
yes,
high.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. And I didn't
yeah.
know nothing about no debt, no ratio, none of that. I was not everything when it comes to my credit, building my credit was low. But it wasn't because I was irresponsible, it's because I did not know. I did not know. And then once I started learning, it was learning curves. I continued to learn. That's when I started to build my credit. So that's why I say
Mm,
sometimes it can be that a person just don't know and they're in the process of learning. So we have to give grace.
yeah, absolutely. No judgment. What is
I don't
that
know
Planet
because you
Fitness?
saying you ain't gonna
Judgment
date
free
them.
zone.
What if that's the case?
I said 580. I feel like 580 is great. Now we going below, we talking 410, 416. Now we got a problem. So no, no. Mm-mm.
Oh,
So
if you say so. If you say so. Um. So, would you? No, you. We already got that one. You would not date no one with poor credit. Okay, you say 580. I ain't going beneath it. So at that point, let me just move on.
well, 580 is considered poor credit.
It is. I know, but I'm talking
Mhm.
about. So you would. Well, you talking about. I'm talking about poor, poor. Like for
Oh,
500.
because
I was
580 is
thinking
advancing.
500 was poor, poor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at what point should finances be discussed in a relationship? You
They
said
need to
not the second
discuss.
date. So when?
I would say that would depend on the trajectory of the relationship. So if y'all been dating for 3 to 6 months and you feel like you're building something with that person, then y'all need to be discussing finances because now y'all getting ready to start planning the future.
So
Are
it
y'all
got to
gonna
be
have
with
kids?
so your answer is in 3 to 6 months. Within three to
Yeah,
six months.
I
Yeah.
say 3 to 6 months.
Because I don't want to be getting all attached, catching feelings and all this. Then come to find out we can't even back purchase a house together. You done been to jail. You got a record this long. We have to get it out the
Yeah,
way
yeah. I had a coworker who she married her husband and she filed bankruptcy after they got married. And I'm like, "Well, why didn't you discuss that with him?" And she's like, "'Cause that was my debt. I felt that was my debt that I needed to take care of, but you didn't share that information with him when y'all were
before they
dating,
got married.
before you got married." So, that's why I think it's important to have those discussions early on, just like the discussion about children. You don't wanna marry someone and then you find out they don't want kids, and
Yeah.
you have that intention of wanting children. It's like, okay, this
You
ain't gonna
know what
work.
I was thinking about? This is off topic for sure. But when you said that why didn't she tell him before they got married? Um
Mhm,
I was listening to the radio station the other day, and
mhm,
they were talking about this lady. She left her fiance because he was told her that he had experienced men back in college. So they were
mhm.
having a discussion about it because they was wondering, should do you think he should have told her when they first started dating, or do you think he should have kept it to himself?
Is that rhetorical or you want me to give an
Yeah,
answer?
I want your take on that.
Okay, so within the conversation, how did it come about that he
I
was
don't know. They didn't give all that. Only thing they said was that prior to them getting married, he wanted to come out. He wanted to be honest, and he told her that in college he experimented with men, and so she left him.
so that kinda goes back to when we had our last discussion about,
No, I just want to know: do you think that he should have told her? This what I'm talking about as far as dating. This is why I'm asking you because it's a dating question. Do you
mm,
think do he should have told her when they were dating, as far as like
no,
on the first date? I think
no.
that's something you should get out on the first date.
But if he's not interested in men anymore and he's courting her, I don't feel like that
So why
needed to be
even
brought
bring
up.
it up?
It didn't need to be brought up.
That's what okay. So that's
It
what
didn't
I
need
was
to be
thinking.
brought up.
That's
Now,
what didn't make sense to me.
if he maybe he brought it up because he slipped up and hooked up with a dude, and so
That's
he
all.
feel guilty about it, and so now he's telling her. So with that being said, yeah, maybe you might want to discuss that past life. Yeah, that might be important because
Yeah.
I feel for women, again, if a man cheats on his female partner with another woman, it's like, oh man, that's messed up. But I might forgive you. But you should be with another dude, like, damn, you made me feel less than a woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
I
that
just wanted to
needs
know
to
because
be
I was like, that's interesting, but because why wouldn't he been tell her? And then if not, then just don't tell her. But that was just off topic. So do you think men and women are judged differently when it comes to money
Mhm. Um,
or their credit score? When it comes to a woman's credit score, are
I
you
think
frowned
so.
upon? Yeah.
I think so because for men are taught to be primal. They're taught to be the head of the household. The top of the food chain, the apex predator. So if he got bad credit, then he not responsible.
Mm.
So if a woman is looking for an alpha man and she's looking for a man to be able to take care of her, she gonna want a man that's got A1 credit, little to no debt, and the finances to be able to take care of them in the event that a debt does occur.
But in society today, like right now today, do you think that women are really judging men by their credit score?
Yes,
Okay.
because you're judging men by how much money they got in the bank. So if you judge a man by how much money they got in the bank, you also judging them on their credit score.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a woman that might have a bad credit score herself, she might just be focused on how much money he got in the bank and not really thinking about
The
like
score.
his score. Yeah. Man, that's a two-folded question right there. I'm trying with a double response.
So should a person's debt influence whether someone chooses them as a long-term partner?
Run that question by me one more time.
So you know how you said your coworker, she had filed bankruptcy. Do you
Mhm.
think that a person's debt should determine if someone chooses to be with them long term? So as far as marriage or yeah, marriage. Because what if he decided that, you know, you about to file bankruptcy. I don't want to marry you. I don't want to get into that situation. I've been had good credit my whole life, you know, and you taking on that responsibility.
That kind of goes back to the level of maturity because if you're willing to hide your debt, which is something serious like this, if you're willing to hide that, what more else are you willing to hide and not tell within our relationship? So that could be a deal breaker for a man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I agree. So what is this one I want to get right because what's more important? A high income or healthy financial habits?
Whew. Uh,
You think a high income? 'Cause I think healthy financial oh, you left. I think healthy financial habits.
did you hear me?
Yeah. Can
Oh,
you hear
okay.
me? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I said you think high income, but I think healthy financial habits.
I say high income because the higher the income, the you're able to be financially stable.
No, the higher the income, the worse the debt. If you have,
How?
let me tell you, people
Okay.
think this is why I say you have to wait on God. This is why I always tell people this. People think that the more money you get, the less stress you're going to have, the less problems you're going to have. No, the more problems you're going to have, the more stress you're going to have because you're not managing that money correctly. So sometimes God is waiting on you to get financially mature
Mhm.
before he can even trust you with this amount of money. You know what I'm saying? You see it all the time where people come from money, where parents give kids, they inherit things, and guess what? They lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because those habits are still there. They're just going to spend the money, spend the
That's
money.
that's fair. Okay.
You know, people, I'm telling you, this is how we trick ourselves because we think more money, more money. Baby, you ain't never heard the more money, the more problems. That's because you have not learned to, once you learn how to work with the money that you have, what you currently have, and you're financially secure and you know how to balance your checkbooks and budget and do all of that, then that's when you're going to get more.
Hmm.
That's why I picked that one.
Okay.
Okay. So, have you ever seen financial stress destroy a relationship?
Um, Not within me personally, but I have seen it as an outlooker.
No, yeah, just seen it. Have you ever seen it? Not experienced it. Have you ever seen how financial stress can, end a relationship? It could be your mom, your parents, it could be your aunt, your uncle.
I've seen it with my aunt.
Mhm.
When she got remarried, my aunt makes six figures as well. Um, and she's all about money. That's what it is. And when she remarried her second husband, he was a bit younger. Um, he didn't have as much of an income compared to hers, but he was secretly taking money, gambling it, blowing it away. And that drove a wedge within the marriage because it was like over 25, $50,000 that he was taking from her
Wow.
blindly. And that drove the relationship, it tanked. Like they ended up getting a divorce. So seeing that, I think for me, I said whenever I get to that level of six figures, which I'm happy where I'm at that level now. I don't want to get with someone who is not on the same playing field as me.
Right.
Because if I date someone who doesn't make the same income as me, I think I might have a little bit of trust issues.
You
Because
think they'll be
what are
stealing
you
from
doing?
you?
They might steal it from me, but like, what are your real intentions with being with me? Is your intentions of being with me because I make six figures, or is your intentions of being with me because you really do want to build something with me?
So, do you think that a person who gets with someone who they're making more money than them, it can be for love?
I think so.
Why are you going into it thinking like that then?
Because I feel like if you're dating someone who is on the same trajectory as you, y'all are gonna have the same mindset. It's different if I'm okay. So I make a decent salary. And I'm not gonna date someone who's making 20 grand a year or 40 grand a
Right. That
year.
yeah, but I mean love is blind and
Love
it
is
will take over
blind,
your
but
mind.
I'm older now. I'm not young making that money anymore. Okay. I don't go around bragging how much I make because that's not the type of person I am. I've
Okay.
worked hard to
Hold
get where
on.
I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I've
Let
worked
me
hard to get to this level. So I'm gonna wanna you know what? I'm gonna need to give me a platform.
I had to turn my baby phone down. He ain't happy about it. You can get out. You can always leave. Goodbye. Have a good day.
I dang, where was I going with this?
You said you
Yeah,
don't brag about.
yeah, I don't brag about it because that's just not the sort of I've never been like that. Um, it's taken me a while to get here. I've worked hard for it. So I feel like I want to be with someone who is also has that same mindset. Like I want to work just as hard to get to where you are or to be better.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I feel like the intent seeing my aunt. And she's the one who has really helped me to improve my finances and work better at managing money and being more responsible. Because
Okay.
let's face it, I ain't getting no younger. I'm getting older. So depending on whoever I decide to build a family with or build a relationship with or whatever, we got to be on the same playing field.
Mhm.
That's just hands down. So I think it's important that you get with someone who has the same financial mindset and is on the same playing field when it comes to the salary.
Mhm.
Because that's very important.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that is important because you can get with a person and you can love them, and then the financial burden of them can make you, fall out of love with them and end the relationship. You've seen this so many times where even if the man is making more than the woman, whatever the case may be, they say, oh, it's okay in the beginning, and then it becomes a issue later down the line.
Yeah.
What you got going on over there?
This is some black people stuff. I need to get a stand
Sure.
to do
And I
this,
have so
especially if
many. You can always stop over here and just grab one. I have so many.
this is this is real tacky. But your viewers probably like, what is this Negro? Oh, I can't say that N word. What is this person doing?
Okay,
Uh,
so I have a question for you. How much of
mm,
our financial habits come from how we were raised?
I would say all of it.
I think so.
I
I
would say
do.
all of it. My parents, my mom and my dad, we weren't rich, we weren't poor, but we were enough to get by. I was in school. I never forget my mom shopped at Kmart. Like that's where it was, okay? Kmart was that's where everything, the food, the clothes, the school supplies, everything. So she bought me, it was my junior year in high school, she bought me some Shacks.
I remember them shacks.
Oh God. So we going on a school trip. And I remember my friend at the time, she was like, why are you not switching into your gym shoes? I was like, because they're Shacks, they're the kilo deals. She said, it don't matter. Your mama
You talking
bought you
about
those
their
shoes.
Shaquille?
Be
You talking about their
appreciative.
Shaquille O'Neal?
I was like, these are Shaquille O'Neals. I'm not wearing these. She said, but your mama worked hard for those shoes. Put those shoes on, boy. Now I put those shoes on and got
Clown, clown.
clowned. Clown, 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 clown. And I look back on that
Clown.
now, and it teaches me the value and appreciation of, what my mom and my dad did for me,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you have to appreciate it. I'm telling you. You have to. So, do you think financial literacy should be taught in schools?
absolutely.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
But here's the thing,
Absolutely.
Sandy. It's taught in the suburban schools, but it's not taught in the inner city. That's the problem. So the inner city, which we know is predominantly black,
Yes.
they're not getting the same privileges in the suburbs. They're not. So that's why when they get out of school, high school, the majority of the population of these students, they getting odd jobs or they doing like a trade. They're not going to college because they're not really prepared. They're not prepared. So,
And it's like what they're teaching in these schools is not preparing them for real life. I mean,
mm-mm,
for real. I don't feel like that school prepared me for real life at all. I was not prepared for real life at all.
mhm.
My family did a terrible job of that. I can tell you.
Uh,
I had to I had some trials and tribulations, okay? I had to learn as I went.
yeah, I
So I'm
agree.
trying to make sure my kids do not have to do the same thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Listen to your mother. Trust me. I did this. I walked so you can run. Is that how you say it? Oh,
Hmm.
Lord. So can a
100.
childhood trauma or survival mode impact someone's relationship with money?
Yes.
1,000%.
Yep.
How do you think it impacts it? Is it in a negative way or a positive way? Or can it be both?
Mm. It can be both because if the trauma is untreated, that person is experiencing a lot of pain and a lot of emotion where they're not making the best choices. They're not making the most healthy choices. They're making um let me think, like a person who's bipolar
Yeah.
and they have these manic episodes and they're just like going on shopping sprees or they're hypersexual. You know what I'm saying? Like when that trauma is untreated, it's gonna be a trickle down effect into
Fuel to
you
the
not
fire. You
being
just keep
financially
adding
stable.
fuel to
Yep,
the
it's
fire.
fuel to the
That's it.
fire.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, it could be the other way around when a person is not like they don't want their trauma to control them. You know how some people say, I know some men say, like, I don't want to be like my father. I don't want to be like my father. So they work extra hard to not be like
To
their
not
father.
be there. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Exactly. So
Yes.
that trauma, some people can turn that into a positive and
I
then be,
always
maybe the
give
opposite.
this example. Hold on. Um it was two it was two kids that grew up in the same household. One, when they
Mhm.
got older, he became a drunk. The other one did not. He never touched a drink. He did not want to drink. And the other one said he never touched a drink because growing up, his daddy was an alcoholic. The other brother
Mm,
said he's an alcoholic because growing up, his daddy was an alcoholic.
mm.
They both were brothers, grew up in the same house. But you see how one person decided that I wanted to do the opposite. I didn't want to be like that person. And the other person used that as an excuse. That's life.
Hmm.
You have choices.
You do. That's a good analogy. I like that.
Yeah, you have choices. So I always use that analogy because it's real. That is real. You know, people say, well, I grew up in the same house with multiple. We grew up, it was about 30 people in the house. And
Mhm.
I know that you can, if you want different, you can have difference. It's about choices. We all have a choice.
Yeah.
So that's that. What else I want to ask you? Uh-huh. I know you have, but I'll let you tell it how you had to unlearn. Have you ever personally had to unlearn unhealthy financial habits?
Yes. When I moved out on my own, I had to unlearn it.
Now, what were some habits that where you were like, I definitely got to get this together?
When I was living at home and I was just like on Shoppies and buying clothes, spending money, just hanging out, and spending money, not saying about putting anything aside to, be prepared once I do move out on my own. So
Did you ever have a
by the time
plan
that I
on moving
started
out?
realizing I did have a plan moving out. I did. In full transparency, yes. But when you get so locked in and focused on not having to, pay a mortgage and rent or whatever, you be like, whatever. I'm living a Gucci life.
I could do this
I'm not really
forever.
thinking about moving out. And then my
I
dad
could
was
do
like,
this forever, huh?
my dad was my dad was like, I'm about to drop 5 bands in your lap. You about to move out. That's what he told me and my sisters. He said, I'm giving y'all 5,000 apiece. Okay.
That was good. He even gave y'all money to lose. Your phone breaking up. Is it your internet? You froze.
I don't know what happened. It was just like
Oh,
disconnected.
you was just froze. I was like,
Uh,
your phone breaking up. Is it the internet? I didn't know. But that was good. He gave y'all $5,000 to move. He
yeah.
wanted y'all out of there.
He was like, "You got to go." He's like, "I love y'all, but gotta go."
My
So
lash done came off. Might as well just take it on off. Take this one off too. So I can be even. It's what happens. When my hair and makeup don't come with. But but okay, so what's one financial mistake that taught you your biggest lesson?
my repossession of my car. Hmm.
Let me tell y'all. So he he comes in to work. We working together during this time. He comes into work talking about somebody stole my car. I said, out of the parking lot? Wait a minute, we work at a pharmacy, y'all, out in Troy. I know ain't nobody coming out here stealing, but I said, okay. I said, y'all ain't gonna believe this. Somebody just stole Marcella's car out the parking lot. They said out the parking lot. Everybody was saying the same thing. Out of the parking lot. So he calling. What was you doing? You was calling the police telling them that it was stolen. And what they say, no,
Dang.
it was repossessed. Is
It
that
was repossessed. That is the craziest thing. It was like, remember, I think I was somebody at in the I place was remember they said they recorded it and they came out and they told her it was like, hey, you can't take that. What are you doing? And they basically was like, y'all mind your business. Like we repossessing this car. That was so
they wanted their car back? I
that was the
cannot.
craziest thing. That
That
was
was
the craziest
that
thing.
was hilarious. Talk about can you give me a ride home? They done stole my car.
So remember, I came out with my car remote, like, where's my car? I know I'm not crazy, but remember, somebody stole my license plate too.
Yes, like a
So
week
that's
before.
why
So this why I'm like somebody probably did come back and finish you
somebody
off.
came and stole that
I thought
cruise.
you had a stalker or something.
Oh my god.
So what do you think is the bigger red flag? Bad credit, no savings, living paycheck to paycheck, or refusing to work? All of them bad.
All of them, bam. You want to put them in order?
No,
Out of all of them,
what's the bigger one? I think refusing to work.
I would say refusing to work too, because here's the thing. Everybody don't have a savings. And if some people have savings, it's not a lot saved, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So you can always learn to save. You can
Mhm.
always learn to build your credit score up because once you start working and you make a good income, you can rebuild your credit score.
Mhm.
But the foundation is bringing in the income. And
Working.
the only way
Exactly.
to do that is to get out there and work.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. So
Yep.
do you think that being financially responsible makes a person more attractive? You be like,
Yes.
oh yeah, daddy, take it off.
And
You paid them bills.
take it off. Take it off, take it off, take it off. I'm like, shoot, do it on the counter, the stove, tub. Just surround it with the money and make it all good and gravy.
Oh my gosh. So what advice do you have for someone that may be struggling financially today or struggling to get their credit together? What advice do you have as someone that was once struggling
Mhm.
and now you say, I'm making six figures, my credit is T, and I'm only dating T. Okay.
I would say to individual, let me get close in the camera. Don't give up. Don't give up. Even if it takes you having to get a second job. I got a second job waiting tables as a server, and I was 33, 34 years old. Never thought I would do anything like that. But I did what I needed to do so that I can start getting stable. So sometimes you might have to put three, four, five, six jobs if that's what you got to do, because as you brought it out earlier, credit is important. You can't go buy no house if your debt ratio is high. You ain't gonna be able to get it. Now you might get a loan, but your interest rate gonna be through the roof. It's gonna be through the roof. Uh, but just don't give up. You know, get a piece of paper or print your credit, your TRW, and start itemizing everything that you owe. Credit cards. Call those creditors and say, hey, will you settle for 75% of this debt? Will you settle for this percentage off of this debt and pay it off? And as you see in the next 6 months to a year, you're going to be from a 520 to a 7.
Okay.
It can be done. You just got to be determined to do it. It's going to be rough, but think about it like this. You get that done in a year, going forward, you can get your Amex card. You can get the Delta Sky Plus rewards card. Okay?
Look, you
Without
putting
a
out them
without a
big
problem.
ones.
You know what I'm saying? You can get that American Express Amex. You can get that black card, but you gotta be determined to want to do it, and you gotta stick to it.
So what's one thing people should remember about financial responsibility that has nothing to do with your credit score?
Um, oh, that's a good one.
Mm, that's why I wanted to end with that one. I thought that would be a good one.
Um,
We gonna get y'all out of this struggle.
dang, and that's a good. I don't even know if I got a good response for that. Cause run
Not
that
take
question
out
by
the
me
credit
again.
score. Take out
Run
the
that
credit
question by
score.
me again.
What's one thing you want people to remember about financial responsibility that has nothing to do with the credit score?
That you can get there if you put forth your best foot forward, and you work. As we identified, income is going to be the leading reason you're going to improve your finances. I think that's the best way that I
And I
can.
think financial responsibility is a mindset. You have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
start thinking differently. You want differently, you're going to have to start thinking differently. You're going to have to start doing things differently.
yeah.
You're going to have to start telling people no. I'm working,
Mhm.
you sit down for 6 months. I'm working on doing this right now for myself. Sitting down for 6 months and actually saying no. I can't do this, I can't do
Mhm.
that, and see the outcome. How much I'm
Yeah.
saving, how much I'm putting towards my debt. Because when you look at it, when you break down your debt, you be more debt than you ever thought about.
Mhm.
So that's what I think. Change that mindset, guys. And
Mhm.
I want to thank you for
Or
coming
find
on
you a sugar
tonight.
daddy. Find you a sugar daddy and be a
You
sugar
can find you
baby.
a sugar daddy, but
Mhm.
that's what I'm telling you. The more sugar you get, the more problems you're gonna have. You have to get financially responsible. Oh, no matter how much sugar he give you, you're gonna still be broke. Get financially responsible. Okay? I
In the
see you.
words of the Players Club, sometimes you got to use what you got to get
To
what you
get
want.
what you want.
Get what you want, and sometimes you
What's
might
up?
have to take that road.
Well, at least, if you do get some sugar, put it towards your credit.
Yeah, that. There you go.
Okay. All right. So I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I'm about to go to TikTok live if you want to join me. As always, I have an after party. We turn up, whoop whoop. But
Oh yeah, because I got to tell you the story.
oh yeah,
Oh
you sure
my.
didn't tell me, sir. You can tell me now. I'm listening.
Oh
Let me
my
go.
gosh.
Let
So,
me go get my drink. Hold on. Let me go get my
oh
drink.
yeah, you might
Cause
want to
you
go get
sure
your drink.
didn't tell me. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I sent Noah to get it. Hopefully he brings it. I'm so thirsty. Okay.
So like 2 years ago, I was, still coming on my journey, and I went to this bar downtown, and I met some friends down there, right?
Thank you.
So I done had a couple drinks in me. I'm feeling good. I done did some karaoke, whatever, whatever. So I see this guy across the room, this black guy, and I was like, darn, this is a very attractive man, right? So the girls that I had came down there with, they had went to the bathroom. So this girl comes up, this black girl, she's like, I just want to say you are so beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. She was like, yeah, my brother has been watching you across the room, but we couldn't tell what your preference was. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, mind you, I'm thinking it's the guy that I saw when I first came in there, right? So she like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go introduce you to him. So we make a left. I'm like, why are we making a left? The person is right here in the middle. And
The
she
person I
introduced
want
me
is
to her
this
brother.
way.
And I was like, I know you can lying in my back of my mind. And I said, oh, okay. All right. So we get to talking and we laughing and whatever, whatever. And I
So
go on stage for karaoke.
so wait a minute. How did the brother look? I'm about to just let you slide on by that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, a 4.
Oh Lord, not a foul.
I say a 5. I say a 5. But
Okay.
the other one was a good 9. A good 9.
You couldn't even
And
talk to him thinking about that one.
no, because he guess what? He was with somebody else. He was with another dude. So I didn't even know until towards the end of the night, and I saw them and I was like, "Oh, they together." So whatever. So we
I'm
exchanged phone
jealous.
numbers.
Whatever.
Right? We exchanged phone numbers. It's time to go. I gotta drive back home. So I get a text message after we exchanged phone numbers like, my gosh, you're so handsome and I'm so looking forward to talking with you. And I'm thinking, like, dude, I just gave you my phone number. So pause for a
Thirsty. Let
minute.
me sip.
You're
Give
a
me
little
some. Let
thirst.
me
You're a
sip.
little thirst. Right. So the next day comes, I get a text message. Good morning, beautiful. I'm like, oh Lord, this is
Not
a
the
bad
good morning,
sign.
beautiful. Lord have mercy. Yeah,
So
he
you wanna know
definitely
what I
was a foul.
did?
He definitely was a foul.
Yeah.
He acting
So
like a foul.
you know what I did?
What did you do? Oh Lord.
I get back on the phone and I start texting. I was like, B, don't call my man. Don't be texting my man phone. He with me. And so the guy, the four, we're gonna say four, he was like, well, your man, he wasn't acting
He
like
was
he
on
was
me last night.
right. He was like, I can't remember verbatim everything, but I'm just trying to summarize it. He was like, he wasn't acting all like he was wasn't unavailable last night. And I was like, B, it don't matter. He with me. And his pole is in my hand. And if you want to see a picture of it, I'm gonna show you a picture. But don't be texting my man because he not available. And so he sent the message, LOL, like, well, I'ma just wait till I see your man the next time. He was like, you ain't gonna see him. I was like, you ain't gonna see him.
Look, you talk
You're
about
not gonna
you
see him.
you you really playing the character. You talk about he said you ain't gonna see.
I said you not gonna see him because I said he in the bed with me. He cuddled up with me. And he don't want your ugly self anyway. And he was like, "Oh, you think I'm ugly, but your man didn't think I was ugly." And I was like, "It don't matter. You ugly. I know you ugly. I looked you up on Facebook, and you ugly. You look like a toad. So stop texting my man phone. I'm gonna beat your mother when I see you on site." That's when I realized that mentally I have a problem.
Yeah.
I have
Long
an
as you know.
issue because I
Long as
told
you
that
know.
story, and my friends was like, "You are a retard.
No.
Why would you pretend?" I'm like, "What other way was I gonna get this person to get off of my
No,
back?"
but I agree. I didn't need well, this this we was this guy was all on me. He was like an Arab or something. So when he said, "I'm gonna get your nails done," I'm whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'm trying to get him on, so I give him my number. So he said, "Send me a picture." I sent him a
No.
picture of the ugliest person I could find on the internet. He said, he said, "No, this you." He was like, "I think I got the wrong number." I was
Oh, snap.
cracking up. He was like, "This not the girl I just seen." I was cracking up. I said, "Yes, leave me alone, thirsty." So I know. You say I
God.
told him I'm about to act like I'm his nigga. Okay.
No,
Oh,
I
can you send it
did.
on here?
I don't know.
NIGGA.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
get
why I was
banned.
watching my cursing.
I'm gonna get banned. See on TikTok, I be cussing. But
Oh, but you can curse on TikTok.
yeah,
Hell,
I
they
be
be doing
cussing.
porn on TikTok.
You can't do porn.
Oh, I've heard that you can.
Oh,
Allegedly.
okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And don't listen. You to give your number out. I was about to say don't be giving your number out to no more ugly people, but give your number out because you never know. These people be crazy. Give it out and then just block them next time. Okay? You know, they got
I
to
blocked
block.
them afterwards. But in the moment, it was just like the repetitive text messages like, dude, I just met you 10 seconds ago. Like, give me an opportunity to respond.
Yeah. So dudes be thirsty too, huh? They be thirsty for men and women. Lord have mercy.
Mhm.
Just thirsty.
I
Thirsty.
did tell a girl one time, she was like, damn, you so fine. And she was cute. Like she had a nice little shape or whatever, but she was like just kind of sloppy. And so I told her, I was like, I'm not into women. She's like, that's cool. But my pussy real wet. So you gonna enjoy it if you slide in. And I was like, hmm, should I tackle this or should I not?
Exactly. Why you ain't slide in?
I should have. She was kind of fine though, I ain't gonna lie.
So why you ain't slide in? Didn't I tell you on the last episode? What did I tell you to do? Go slide
Oh,
in
this
something.
wasn't recent. This
Oh,
was like a couple years ago. But now it's like, yeah, if that opportunity presents itself, then yeah,
oh.
I can slide in.
Well, what have you been doing for the opportunity to present itself?
I haven't really been out. Now I was in Savannah. I did meet somebody. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So I decided to get on a dating app called Hinge. It's supposed to be designed to be deleted. So when you find someone, you delete the app because,
So you
whatever.
found someone? Did you delete it?
I haven't found anybody. I'm talking to 5 different people right now. But it's getting to know that's the whole purpose of the app. It's like speed dating. You dating to get to know the person.
Mm.
And then when y'all decide to go on your first date, then you can
So what?
decide to
Basically,
be
now y'all just texting back and forth.
that's it. Just texting.
Mm.
Mhm. I went on one date. This one, he was fine. Scientist from El Salvador, beefed up,
You
but
met him on Hinge.
on Hinge.
Is that what you looking for? Beefed up? Looking for a eater? Geeked up?
You don't have to be beefed up, but you got to be a little physically fit. You
Because
need
you
to
go to
put
the gym 6 days a
yeah.
week.
And I feel health is very important.
Mm. Okay. Now, You eat healthy now?
I do.
Mm,
I
okay. Well, come on my TikTok live. I'm
Okay,
about to
let
send
me
you.
how
I'm
do I
about to
get on
send you the link.
TikTok?
Yeah, I
Okay, yeah,
don't
send
know
me
if
the
you can come on. Okay, I'm about to send you the link. Let me see. I got to get out of here.
all right. Send me the
Time to
link.
get out. Oh, excellent. Okay.